What is going on, YouTube? Got another knife here I'm going to talk about, and I'm pretty excited about this one. As you can see, it is a Microtech, and yes, it is an ULTRATECH. I got the Kydex sheath here. I forgot who makes it, but I got it off of Blade HQ. It's pretty much a game changer. I wish all OTF knives, people made these for all OTF knives, because I would have one for every single OTF knife that I own. But I've only found these for Microtechs. And yeah, I got the Ulti clip on here, which is the best universal clip out there in my opinion. For so many different reasons. You can use it for like any type of sheath. I use it for all my fixed blade sheaths. But yeah, let's just get right into this. It's the Microtech ULTRATECH Apocalyptic Bronze Single Edge. And yes, guys, this was my first OTF knife. And I got it for probably about $260. It's a little more than the just plain single edge version. They're plain stonewash. Like the Apocalyptic Bronze is a little more, but I just thought it was so beautiful, and I still think it's so beautiful. And I can just remember the anticipation I felt when it was like on its way in the mail. I paid for like next day shipping, and I was like pissed because it didn't come the next day. It came like a week later. I was like, what the fuck? Freaking Blade HQ, man. No, I'm just kidding. They're a good company, from my experience. The switch I like a lot. It has these nice little steps on there. Really grabs your thumb. Really easy to deploy and retract the blade. Blade steel is M390 on this model. Microtech has been known to use a lot of different blade steels, but I feel like they always are using like a premium quality steel. Pocket clip design, absolutely amazing. I don't ever use it though, because I just feel like anal about putting OTFs in my pocket, because I don't want freaking anything to get inside, which I know is stupid because, like, I mean, it's just inevitable. If you put this in your pocket, it's gonna get some pocket lint in there, and I don't want this to misfire ever. It has never misfired on me, not once. Try to keep all my OTFs maintained, you know, just like some WD-40 or Rem oil is probably better. Spray inside. Spray some compressed air inside. Open and close multiple times. Wipe the blade to get excess oil off. Close. Open, wipe the blade. Do that multiple times. You don't want to use thick oil like Benchmade Blue, because that will clog it up. And if you do happen to use thicker oil, you can just clean it out by spraying some WD-40 in there and just following the process I just said. Or Rem oil is actually better. Some people say, oh, you don't want to use WD-40, it gums up or whatever. I've literally only used WD-40 on my OTF knives, and I've never had a problem. Like, it's extremely lightweight oil, and like I said, none of my OTFs misfire, so I'm doing something right. And honestly, I would say Rem oil is better. It's also an extremely lightweight oil. I just don't have any. Probably should get some, but yes, overall design. The Microtech OTFs have that very unique design that only Microtech knives have. Like just the sleek, just like very slightly curved handle. It's just super attractive in my opinion. Got the ball bearing glass breaker, Proper way to use the glass breaker: hold it kind of like a pencil and flick your wrist. I mean, this would work too, but proper way to actually use a glass breaker is like that. Yeah, I can just remember just when this finally did arrive, first time I unboxed it, like, I was just so stoked for several days. Like, this is probably my grail for the longest time. And you know, I haven't even carried it in a while. Like, I have so many other knives that I'm excited about. I kind of just forget about this one. Like, carrying OTFs sometimes worries me because, like, I don't want anything to get inside them, but it's probably just a stupid thought process, honestly. Especially for my, like, especially having this. Like, nothing's gonna get inside it when you're carrying it in this. And you know, I think I'm gonna start carrying this more often just because not only is it beautiful, but it's extremely functional with the M390 blade. And I personally haven't put this through any extreme tests, but there are several videos on YouTube that do put Microtechs through tests. They beat the living shit out of them, and they still will fire. And they will still work. Also, Microtech has a lifetime warranty, so if anything does happen, you can send it in. They will fix it for free, which is awesome. And yeah, I've had this for over a year now, or longer even. And yeah, never misfired. Actually, when I first got it, it misfired on me like once. That's because I put some Benchmade blue oil. It was in it. It was too thick, and I was like, oh shit. And that's when I quickly learned how to actually clean it out. Never had to open it up. Thankfully, I don't even own a tool for it. It has these unique triangle screws. You can buy a tool from Microtech, I'm pretty sure. I've never had to. And people say, oh, if you open it up, it voids the warranty. That's not true, actually. If you open it up and, like, mess around and, like, break something, then I think that voids the warranty. But if you just open it up, clean it, and put it back together, that's not going to void the warranty. Or one thing that will void the warranty is if you, like, do just a shitty sharpening job on this, like take a freaking belt grinder to it and just like butcher the edge completely, or just like trim it down to a fucking toothpick, like that will void the warranty. So you want to be careful when sharpening, guys. I mean, all your knives, right? If you don't know how to sharpen, don't use a fucking belt grinder. I can tell you that. I've seen so many horror stories of people just like butchering their edges with a freaking belt grinder, man. It's kind of sad. And it's kind of hideous too. Don't be that guy. Get a freaking Work Sharp precision sharpener. They're like $60. They're super easy to use. You can like look up tutorials on YouTube. I actually have one, and I'm thinking about posting a tutorial on how to use it effectively. A little few tips and tricks. Okay, one more thing I can say about this knife or talk about is the action. There's a little bit of blade play, which is expected on all knives unless you own a deadlock or an SOG Pentagon, but I don't even consider that a freaking like a valid knife to even buy anymore, just because of their freaking internals are absolute shit. I made a complete separate video on that, so go check that out. I also made a complete separate video on how to clean OTF knives, so check that out as well if you're interested in learning more about that. But yeah, the action is pretty amazing. Like, sometimes I make this little dinging sound, but I think it's just the pocket clip. Like, I actually don't know what it is, but most of the time it's just super solid. Fires every time. So yeah, the materials, like I said, the blade is M390, the switch, steel, pocket clip, steel, glass breaker, steel with the little ball bearing, and the handle is aluminum. Aluminum doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels really sleek, feels solid, and it feels nice, and it feels worth the money. In my opinion, the ULTRATECH is probably the best OTF you can get besides the Gavin Hawk Deadlock, but everyone knows that. Which I have yet to get my hands on one. They're like $1,000. Oh man, I want a freaking Model C so bad, but they are hard to get, man. And I don't just have $1,000 laying around as much as I wish I did. Alright guys, thank you for watching and just admiring this beautiful blade with me. Definitely gonna have to start carrying it more often. Tell me what you think about the apocalyptic bronze blade, because I'm obsessed with it, honestly, as I am with many things. But yes, well, have a good evening. Peace.